Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today on the Insurance Gurus podcast. And today we have a special guest from Paperclip. We have Yvette, and we're going to try to break into how Yvette and Paperclip are able to help really streamline some processes in your agency, in your business, whether you're an independent agent or you have a growing agency and you're starting to hit some of those breaking points where you're like, hey, I got to do something to clear up the mess on this. My admin team is spending too much time on X process. Paperclip has a ton of resources, and so we want to get into that. They were also involved in Medicare Con this year, and we enjoyed having them out. We've had a couple of conversations. There's definitely some solutions that they have that we will be using that'll be very useful to our agency. So anytime we look at a company and think, hey, that's something I would use, then we want to bring them to you guys so that you can do it. But before we get into talking to Yvette about it, we have one word from a sponsor here, Pekin. I want to throw it up here. Let me see. Here it is. We've been doing business with Pekin Insurance for several years. Not Peking, not Pekin, as some of our customers often mispronounce it. Pekin Insurance has a great portfolio of products. They've been very competitive in the Medicare supplement world for us. They also have Silver and Fit and some other additional added benefits their Medicare supplement client holders or policyholder get to benefit from. But lately, they have really transformed their product offering in the life space to include a very competitive by commission and premium final expense product. And they still have a lot of other life products that make them a go-to carrier for someone who's in many states. So if you are interested in checking out Pekin, you'll be able to click the link here, or if you can't see a link, or if you see it, just write it down and go over there. You definitely want to add Pekin to the portfolio, or you can email us for information at contracting@BobbyBrockInsurance.com. That's contracting@BobbyBrockInsurance.com. We want to get you set up with Pekin so you can start helping your customers with their awesome product and portfolio line today. All right, Yvette, thank you so much for being here today. How are you doing this morning or this afternoon?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we had a call, I think, several months ago where you had gone over Mojo and some of the other processes or systems. I'll say this, technology solutions. That's a better thing that you guys have. And you kind of have several different things. But when Mojo was one that had an application that made sense for me like right away. But going back to some of the things that you guys are doing, what are you seeing most of your customers in the insurance industry looking at when they come to Paperclip? What's the most useful or frequently used utility you guys have right now?
Well, our main service today is our virtual client folder, which is our document management solution. So it's an ability or a way to manage your documents in a structured and compliant and secure environment. It's built in the cloud, Azure-based. And so anywhere you have access to logging into the internet, or you can access it from home. It was really big during COVID. We had a lot of people, I can't access my documents, I can't access my data. So we had a lot of people come on board because you had people sitting at home and they could access their documents. I had somebody at Medicare Con, as a matter of fact, somebody told me, well, so you can access it from anywhere? Sure, you can. I mean, they said, well, I took a picture of an application as I was flying out, getting ready to take the flight out to go to Medicare Con, and so that I could call the client and have access to it. So now this is great. I can access it through, anywhere. I'm sitting from, at home or at the office, wherever. So our virtual client folder, our document management, is kind of our flagship service today when somebody comes to us to look for something. It's not just a repository. We're able to manage those documents in terms of you can manipulate the document, edit it, add text, annotations like stamps, signatures. You can edit the document, like I said. And not only that, but you can communicate and exchange documents out of the system as well with ease. And then you have a service within there called Internet Express, which you call FedEx over the internet, that you can just click and send those documents to a third party. We're big in the life insurance and financial services industry, but certainly trying to get more in that Medicare space and understand what the needs and goals are in that arena.
Yeah. So Internet Express. So let's say because we do a decent amount of annuity production, and
Mm-hmm.
in the annuity world, sometimes you got to FedEx some stuff.
Yep.
You need original signatures. Are you saying that there are annuity carriers or life insurance carriers that through Internet Express they have a relationship with you guys that if you do it through there, maybe digitally sign a document with you guys, use the Internet Express to send it, that can eliminate having to go and mail like physical documents for some of them. I'm not saying like everybody's signed onto that, but
Right.
there are some that are doing that in lieu of original documents.
That is correct. So there is some carriers that we have relationships with today that depending on, it depends on the carrier, but they allow annuities or they'll allow long-term care or life insurance. Again, bigger in the life insurance space, but certainly some carriers will allow those annuity applications to be sent via Internet Express. It's a secure communication, secure exchange, workflow to workflow. There's different ways to send, even if the carrier is not a subscriber to Internet Express, meaning they house our software. You can still send to them via fax or via secure email, and they can retrieve it as such.
Perfect. Well, that would be a huge time saver and win for a lot of people. So
And one more caveat to that is
yeah,
within Virtual Client Folder, you have tracking right there at the desktop. So you're not having to wait, just like you get a FedEx or UPS tracking ID number, you get that same tracking information right within the desktop in our Virtual Client Folder.
perfect. Is there somewhere people can go and do like a demo or I'm sure you could do like a request an actual demo, but
Yeah.
are there kind of videos anywhere or web on like your website that kind of go over some of that stuff, or is it mostly like directing them to sign up for a demo?
I would definitely start with our website, www.paperclip.com. We'll have a lot of information on all of our services and solutions, and we have many videos on there that you can look at, and a place to request a demo for sure. So I think that will take you into a deeper dive. Well, certainly we're not going to go into a full-blown training or anything like that, but definitely a deeper dive into the functionality of the system. Let you, ask the questions. Let us listen to make sure that, big key is that, you want to listen to the customer to know what their needs and goals are.
Hmm.
What do they want to change? What do they want to keep? What is their current filing structure? What are they looking for? So those are the things that we like to definitely listen to before we apply a solution or try and recommend anything to the customer.
Perfect. And tell me about Mojo. I know we had talked about it before, but I think
Right.
Mojo is cool because we understand field mapping, and in digitally, field mapping, you're just taking one document and then allowing it to digitally say, okay, this blank maps with this field here. And by
Correct.
that, to people that don't know what we're talking about, is if I have a Facebook lead form and it collects name, email, phone number, and then I want it to go into a CRM,
That's
well,
correct.
you have to tell it what blank on the other side equals the same blank on the Facebook side. That's in layman's terms, like that's how it integrates into that system. But you guys
Correct.
have a product that does that with like scanned paper documents and can field map scanned paper documents into a CRM or into a digital solution.
Correct. So Mojo is a digitization of data from documents, and it's basically any form. It can be a Medicare form, it can be a life insurance form, any form. Whether it's be electronic or image or a paper file, handwriting or text, and you can drop it into a portal. Mojo will do its thing, digitizing the data using technology first. What doesn't come back with that level of confidence is going to get spit out to what we call a crowdsource. And it's just people sitting there transcribing and validating information. Now, once all that is completed, you get that accuracy, then you get the feed, going into your CRM like an agency block,
Hmm.
agency integrator, Smart Office, Salesforce. Those we integrate with all of these different systems, And then it'll also, if you want it to, auto-file the documents back into like a virtual client folder, Paperclip document management system. So it's going to separate the documents. You can drop it all as one blob. It's going to separate the documents, rearrange the order of if they're not in order, and doc type them, separate them, file them right in the virtual client folder, or we can drop them like into the notes and attachments section with an agency block. Nice. So it avoids really that keying in of those key fields. So what we do is we take a mapping of that form, and we say we need last name, first name, Medicare ID, address, email, that information, maybe about 25, 30 fields. And then that's what we feed into like an agency block system, avoiding that manual entry for, that case manager or what have you to key in those fields.
Nice. Well, perfect. Well, we've enjoyed having you and Paperclip involved in Medicare Con. You seem to fit right into our niche, and I'm glad that you're growing in the Medicare space because it's certainly a necessity to have some just more streamlined, systems for document delivery and document storage. And you guys seem to have it going on. So appreciate you coming on today, Yvette. And, if people want to schedule a demo or check out what all Paperclip has to offer, go over to paperclip.com. If this doesn't work out, you guys can get rich selling that domain. That's a great domain. So,
no kidding, right? Everybody goes to look for office supplies.
I don't know how you guys lucked up. It must have somebody either paid dearly for that or held on to it for a long time. So,
I think it's the latter.
So, well, hey, thank you so much, Yvette. Thank you, Paperclip. So if anybody needs them, go over to paperclip.com and we will see you soon. It's time to train like a guru. Go Guru University is an ever-expanding, cutting-edge, interactive training platform with live weekly coaching calls constructed to train agents efficiently and compliantly. Go Guru University offers a library of training modules explaining Medicare A to Z, face-to-face and telesales training, SEO and other marketing, and much more. Visit goguru.university to schedule your one-on-one demo today.